Hello there everybody, welcome back to episode 14 of Firemind. Today we will say hello to the elves. Another time we will try our best to give them a trade offer they will never forget. We will go forward in the planning of our fortress, the actual castle. I will set up a proper industry for clear glass. Finally checked out where I can make that pearl ash and how. Yeah, a lot of other things will happen. So first of all, I have found the ideal thing to piss off these elves. We're just going to give them a piece of soap. I hope they'll trade that, as I think this should be maximum cruelty to them. They hate it when we kill stuff, and this is probably the most refined way of having something killed, and it's also giving them the notion that they stink. It could be better. So, let's see what they'll say to the bar of soap. Yeah, and we'll give them all the egg yolk back. So, let's see what they got for us. I want just a mango. Let's see. You truly despise life, don't you? I am beside myself with grief. Perhaps we will show you how they suffered. Right. Mission successful. I've fully completed my quest. The elves are really, really displeased. They're not even around anymore. So, in my imagination, Uzol was the one that brought up the idea to our broker. I bet they were drinking together at the tavern the last night, and she made it up. What a good joke that would be. And he found it funny too. And so we're slowly intensifying the conflict, you know. It would be way too easy to just smash their faces up front, and that would be really not make up a good story, wouldn't it? So we need to be a little bit more sophisticated than that. Speaking about sophistication, that artifact is coming together with really, really cool parts, as it features really, really valuable gemstones. Jeez. So, the elven caravan has been taken care of, and I'm really proud of the idea of giving them some soap. What are they? What's the problem? Anywho, so we will bring up the engravings in here. Just the center engravings will be done by Silab, and the rest of the engravings will be done by his students. That's what I came up with here. So we need an engraver's guild hall. Yeah, we got exactly one worker for that. Yeah, right. So we got that, and now we need to make sure that Silop can finally do whatever he wants. So here go the new apprentices. I want to see if I can configure him in a way that he doesn't take the job anymore. So let's see. A peasant. 2 peasants. I like that. Okay, so let's see how that'll work out. I really hope that I can now somehow... Well, he's either an engraver or not. Well, let's see how that'll work. I'll find a way around. I just don't want to unemploy him from the task, because I'm afraid that if I did, he wouldn't give any instructions here anymore. And that would be really, really sad. So, a rock salt ring. Neat. Oh, it's the rock screen. So, what do we have here? The artwork relates to the withdrawal from society of the dwarf Thikut Fells. So, again, that weird marmot woman. Why is she so important to our culture? I'd really like to know. Really, I don't know what to think about that. Anyways, we got the silver statues for this place. And we're going to put... Yeah. We're going to put the Silobs over there. That's a really, really good spot. I made these statues in honors of the royal engraver, and I think this should be a really, really nice spot for the entire fort. Okay, nice. Let's see what went on with the minecarts. Okay, still not down there again. How? Why? Why are you guys taking so long? I wonder if somebody is actually still carrying that stuff. Or are they stuck here? Well, I want to make sure that they are certainly not going to be stuck here. So we're going to forbid minecarts from both of these. There it goes. So this should be now the only stockpile in the entire fort that can accept these. In the last episode we made a lot of exploration happen, and we still need to explore here. There's a missing part of my magma cartography, but we've made a real good progress there. So, back to the surface we go. We will need more and more housing very soon, right on cue. We see a steady influx of new people to this fort. As you see there, entire families are arriving. I bet that these are... Well, who are you? Who are you? A completely new person? Who would have thought that? Just when I thought that only old milkers from other people... Let's just come here. I think these are... Yeah. We actually get exclusively new people now. Yay! Look at that! Fresh dwarves! No old memories! Damn it. Finally. Yeah, what I wanted to say in the first place was it is about time that I start considering the actual walls and the flooring and all the many things you need to do when you want to actually build a fortress. So I am not quite sure yet where I will draw the walls for this place. This is always one of the most difficult parts for a fort for me, to decide where the walls will be exactly. But what I do know already is that we can easily start paving the ground here. And as you see there, this is the power of having your building blocks right next to your construction site. There we go. It's about time that we show this filthy nature who's boss. And talking about that, I noticed that there was another something that I wanted to do. So I realized lately that what I was missing for the glass production was a kiln. So we're going to disassemble the Magma Smelter here, as we want a magma kiln here. So the industry will work like that. The furnace makes ash, the kiln makes potash, the kiln makes pearl ash? Well, we need the kiln for the potash, and I think we can then refine it to pearl ash. I still need to check that out, but I have found out that the kiln was the missing link here when we wanted to do that. So let's check back with these fine fellas, because I feel like there should be magma somewhere around there. People starting to get thirsty. That's pretty normal. Alright, so we have the warm spots around here. So let's get there. And just like that. Safety first, you know? Always safety first. You don't want to accidentally tap into a magma vein and flood your entire workspace with magma. Lots of dead and sad people. So, a miner's guild hall. As you see here, this place is steadily filling with new enterprises and new crafts and the like. Really like that. So, let's start tailoring this a little bit. Alright. So I'm not quite sure yet where I will put down the Miners Guild Hall, so I'll be waiting for it with that for a second. So here we go. Same-o. Alright, here we go. Just like I thought, we can do magma cartography like that. So these go deeper and deeper, of course. There's several layers of magma that we can tap into, but that's okay for starters. I just want to have an entire map of the place here. That's pretty much all that this entire thing was about. So, we got all that. Brilliant. Now, got this. And I love it how much organized and tidy a fort starts looking once you start paving the floor a little bit and cropping out the funky nooks and crannies of your fort. I really like that. You really immediately notice how things look more tidy. There we go. So we're starting to spread our ground here. There we go. I'm really happy that we have 152 people by now on the fort, as there will be so much work involved in getting all this down, all this moved, all this made. There's so much to do. I'm very happy that we're seeing this done. So, our story, though, has to continue. So, for Uzul to have her plan to succeed, she will have to have a barony. So we will need to start exporting wealth. That means we'll need to gift things to our superiors or friends, neighbors, whatever. Oh, well, the mountain home people, that is. So why is nobody transporting that one? Weird. But it's they are carrying these. Place track vehicle. Oh. That's what happened. They're still bound to the tracks before. Huh. Good thing that I checked back with that. Okay. So, I figured that the Guild Hall of the Miners should be a place that they have all for themselves. Some place that is truly just excavated and a work of the mining personnel. So we're going to go and give them a pretty much an exclusive little area here. So let's see, what's that? What about that shaft? Oh yeah, I like that. So we're going to go this way. I like it. Alright, this will be cool. So we're kind of like going for the secret miners guild here. Kind of like, I'll make it also members only, as I see that this is a place where we don't want to have outsiders. There we go. Not quite sure what we're going to put into this place. Probably be constructing a couple of things here and there. Technically, it would be ideal to have here, like, a display of all the different stone types of the fort. We'll see about that. I haven't fully decided yet. What I do like is the idea of having sort of a bat cave here, where they can just meet up and go for their stuff. So we'll do that. And it's been fully intentional that this place is a little bit deformed, irregular shaped, because I really like the idea of having this a little bit more natural. I wanted to go for this as something that I'll just carve out new areas as I feel and see fit, stuff like that. Alrighty, so the new engravers are going to go for these tasks. Let's see. Going to unemploy Slob for this task now for a short moment. And then the new faces can put some faces on the walls. They will learn a lot slower than Slob did, because they're sharing the experience among so many people. This is technically not that efficient, but practically I don't give a damn about it, as I do this primarily for the story, and therefore it's going to be totally okay. These guys, they have to learn somewhere, and where's better to learn than drawing some random scrabblings on the walls of the Miners Guild. They don't mind because they mind too much, so it's gonna be totally okay, I'd say. Alright, so finally my missing minecarts are getting there, so that was the entire problem. Jeez. The Fellowship of Ashes demands a priest and a temple. Now that comes not as a big surprise to me. They are the organized religion of Vukar, and luckily we got ourselves quite some preparations here. Although, I gotta say, the areas here, I bet that we have... well, there's a couple of 3 bedrooms still, I'm relieved, but these will be taken up very soon too. So I will have to think about where we will give these guys their place. But let's check back one more time with the Batcave. I love it. I love the entire idea that we got ourselves a small little guild hall here for these guys. And like I said, only members. This is going to be exclusively for people that, for those who mine, we salute you. Alright. We're also going to put up some butcher's places up here. It's always the same when you have animals outside that make trouble. You can use some butchers outside, probably some tanniers as well. Always have them close by where the stuff is dying, so the corpses can be directly processed. Because the game is just funky like that. If the corpse is too far away, they won't be processing it. If the corpse is too far away from a butcher's workshop. If the corpse is close enough to a butcher's workshop, they will just process it. End of story. Okay, so let's get back downstairs. I was checking into this whole topic here. So let's see. Make pearl ash. Yeah. Requires potash. So, I do know that we make ash first. Then we make potash, and then we make pearl ash. Now I got it. Now I got the cycle. The wonderful thing about this whole business is you need terrible amounts of trees for that. You already know where I'm heading towards with that, don't you? So it's going to be a lot of trees that have to die for the clear glass. And the devilishness of our dear Uzul should become apparent by now, you know? She's quite a wicked person, and she's getting her plan through. So, let's see. Up here, I need to string this up correctly. So we should be bringing up the wood furnaces up here. Like something like this. Maybe a third one too, as this is going to be a huge industry for us now. Then we're going to put in a nifty little corridor, so all of these workshops have an access as well. Alright. It dawned on me how brilliant it is to do clear glass in this series if we want to be really mean with the elves. And it fits so darn well to the main character that she likes that stuff, which is basically distilled dead trees. Alright. Anyways, I love it when things work out like that. So, the asheries, they will... How works that again? I'm just stringing up together a thing, a production cycle. So the asheries take the ash from these guys and process it even further. So it would be smart to have the asheries also up here at the end of the day. So we're going to put the asheries in the center of the plaza. We shouldn't make way more asheries than we got the furnaces. That won't make any sense. Alrighty, so let's make some more Billon, and I think it is about time that Billon Bars is going to be a permanent. Yay! Alrighty, so we're going to make Billon Bars if we have less than 50. I don't want to overdo it, you know, we don't need that many of them, and currently I haven't secured a source of malachite, a steady replenishable source. So yeah, we're forging Billon buckets for the asheries, and that's why I am ordering more Billon, as we will see more and more of these things. So, whoa. Damn birds. They're quite the troublemakers. But I do like the, I do like it that this place is struck with annoying birds, you know. Okay. And it seems as if we are not able to butcher any of the Kea bird corpses because they seem to be too mutilated for that. I think that must be what's happening there. So, for a very first time, I do think of doing this. Alright, so, let's see. We have to make ash. Make ash? Make ash. Alright, we will make ash if the ash is less than 10. And the logs are greater than 10. This is also something that I want to have fluid here. Then we make potash. Potash from ash. Whoa. So, that's that. And we make that as long as there is ash. I don't give a damn about that. Then we make pearl ash. And that we make also as long as there is potash. There we go. So, this will result in a terrible amount of ash, pearl ash, that we can use to make clear glass. But I somehow have wrapped my head around the insane idea that we're going to make the pump stacks out of clear glass screw pumps. I know it is totally stupid. There's not really any good reason to do so except for you want to show those trees who's boss. Yes, who's exactly wanting to do that. You get my idea. I love it. I think it's a great idea. Well, let's see. Apart from that, is the minecart brigade ready? Yes, it is. Brilliant. So, now that I've found out what was my mistake there, we can easily refill the Magma Workshop business one more time. And this is increasing my production capacities quite a lot. I think with the next Mountain Home Caravan, I'll be ordering iron directly. As it seems that the goblins don't dare to attack us, the only outside forces that I am seeing are the elves and humans. That's that. But don't you think anything wrong? The goblins will come. They always come. Sooner or later, they always come. There's never been a fortress yet that hasn't had goblins, so it's gonna be the same here as well. Alright, so we're extracting some of the magma here. And I really need to check with the next episode for the magma shaft. It's going to be a very, very huge task for the entirety of the fortress, but it's gonna be awesome as well. Alright, there we go. A human beast hunter. So usually these people are actually, officially you hear that they're monster hunting, but don't get yourself fooled. In my experience, these guys are actually more like petitioning for a new home. It's always that they will, after a while, ask for citizenship if you keep them long enough around. And they are not necessarily hunting monsters if you don't give them access to the caverns. Then they won't be hunting monsters, and they won't be too unhappy about that. They'll make friends, they'll find a life in the fort, and then, yeah. You get the idea. Alright, so one thing's for sure, I should have brought these levers probably more upstairs. I learned from this, my future minecart thingies will be seeing levers much, much higher above the ground. There's been no reason to do this like I did. That's just silly. As there is no distance between... there's no maximum distance between a mechanism and the linked mechanics to it. It's not at all. Now I have to wait for this moment to happen. I just love it too much when the magma falls down somewhere. But we already see here how much of a logistical effort it all is going to be, as we will have to brave these depths, and simply sending someone down here to flick a switch does take a substantial amount of time, like we saw here. So, yeah, looking forward to this task. Well, we're going to slap down our minecart stockpile again, as we need the minecarts now back up here. There we go. Pick up from down here. And done. So I'm opening up that door. The thing is, you dwarves are smart enough not to step on magma. They know what they're doing in that regard. For a change. And yeah, that temple, I will postpone that decision up until the next episode, as I really need to ponder about where I will put one of the most important temples of the city. Like Ukar's organized religion. This is not something that you want to sweat over. Alright, so one of our artifacts has been stolen. Okay. Seems like we have to wage war against more people than just the elves. Seems like we have to lock away our artifacts, do we? That is shocking. I haven't had that happen ever in my fortresses. And the most shocking part is that this place is citizens only. So, do we have yeah. We have a theft here. We have a crime. So, we will need a police. Okay. So, this is going to be quite an interesting part, as we'll have to find out who of the miners did that. So, we are going to put the jails that we require just up here. No, it's not going to be the jail, that's going to be the guard captain's area. But I will be putting down a jail over here, a starter's jail. So I totally need to pick up a captain of the guard. So select the milker. He's a skilled leader. But no. So we're going to pick up Tholtig. Who's a better person to do this than Tholtig? There's a lot of better people than Tholtig, but he is, in my opinion, that kind of guy that I want to see in that position. So, yeah, I'm shocked. We'll have to do some detective work to find out who did that, because we really need to do something about that, as this is making one of our dwarves really, really unhappy, and it really means a lot of discomfort to them. So, let's see. In the last couple of minutes of this episode, I really, really want to get this, at least the first interrogation down. There. And there we go. You see, that's how quick you can set it up. So, the Office of Tholtics. We're gonna beauty up his rooms, of course, as well, but one thing at a time. So, there we go. Interesting. So, we can now interrogate Witness Athel Throwwire. So, we will talk with him first. And from that point on, we'll see what we can do there. I'm really shocked about what happened there, as this shouldn't have been happening. Not at all. Especially since this has been stolen out of the guild hall itself, so that is even more shocking. So, he needs the weapon stuff, but yeah. Let's see what Tholtic does. He should be doing only assigned tasks. I really don't want him to do that labor anymore. He has more pressing matters to do. So... Well, and we have another artifact in the making, so the regular things keep happening. We need to get to the bottom of this, as this is really, really concerning me, as this also means that our artifacts aren't safe anymore. Well, we'll see what happens about all that in the next episodes. I hope you guys will tune on in again. I really, really, really enjoy what's happening here. Leave me your comments down below. And as usual, leave me your thumbs up. Consider subscribing. I'd be really happy to hear back from you either way. And of course, consider checking out the description box. There's plenty of links down there leading to many, many things. To this playlist, to my Discord server where you can hang out and have a chat with like-minded gamers, and a lot of other cool things. Of course, also Patreon, PayPal, and Buy Me a Coffee. So if you'd check them out, I'd be super happy. And yeah, apart from that, thanks for watching this video. I really, really appreciate you guys around. And we're going to see where all these things will be getting us towards to. I really hope that we'll be finding out what happened with our artifact. That being said, have a wonderful time. See you all next time. Bye-bye.